Welcome and welcome to the Arsenal Present. How we're doing this lovely evening. Klopp, I see you. Klopp, I see you. Some of you asking, why am I saying Klopp, I see you? Before we get into the conversation, let's abide by your protocol. Strike the like button. Very, very important. Subscribe, yes, subscribe, and make sure you turn on your notification bell. Let me repeat it again for those at the back and those that didn't hear me for the first time. Like the video, subscribe, and make sure you turn on your notification bell. Do you know what I find very interesting? This is good. That somehow the media is not reporting about, or they're not even talking about it. For the second time in 2 years, Arteta is finishing above Klopp. But somehow, nobody's saying anything about it. But Klopp, I see you. Klopp, I see you. Last season, unfortunately, they say we bottled it, but we are still ahead of Liverpool, right? We were second, Liverpool was third. This season told us Klopp has the best attack. The attacking threat is so phenomenal. But going by the numbers, we scored more goals and conceded less goals. Even though somehow, I don't know how Van Dijk was sneaked into the shortlist for the players of the year, and both Saliba and Gabriel were not shortlisted. But somehow, even though they had more clean sheet than Liverpool, and they played objectively better than Van Dijk. Van Dijk is a superb defender, but objectively, Gabriel and Saliba have been better than him. But somehow they don't make the short list, but Van Dijk makes it. Objectively, I can say it empirically. Last season, Arteta was second, Jordan Klopp was third. This season again, Klopp is third, Arteta is second, but nobody wants to talk about that. That conversation is not being heard. We don't talk about it. But guess what? I see you, Klopp. I see you. I have so much respect for Jurgen Klopp. He has been phenomenal, keeping Man City on their toes. But there's a new sheriff in town, in Mikel Arteta, who has actually was competing against the two experienced managers. Klopp was saying, "Can Arteta do it? Last season was a fluke. Is this still a fluke? Is this season still a fluke? I want to hear it. Let me know in the comment section. Do you think this season performance by Mikel Arteta and Arsenal, do you think it's a fluke? I'd like to know. In a 3-horse race, remember when they told us when the fixture list for the last 10 games came out, and they told us, oh, Liverpool has easier fixtures. Wow. So what happened to Liverpool having the easier fixtures, and they're the first to be derailed from the title race? And yet, Arsenal had a harder fixture, is still actively competing with Man City. At least, even though we could still lose the title to Man City, we are taking it down to the wire to the last match. Regardless of tomorrow's result against Spurs, we are still taking it to the last match. Let me pause on Klopp for a moment. Let's go to Unai Emery. There's a fan that came to my comment section a few months ago telling me how Unai Emery is a better manager than Arteta. Lay off the drugs. It's very important. Lay off the drinks and the drugs. It's not healthy. Do some lime water. Go some ice. Nice stuff. Very refreshing. Lay off the drugs. Unai Emery. Unai Emery technically is bottling this chance to be to have the top, even though it's still going to have it due to the fact that Spurs have been horrible. When last did the Aston Villa win any match? I think their last 4, they've not won any single match. Even this tonight, they drew Liverpool 3-3. For me, they deserve the draw. Liverpool, even at 3-1, we could tell that Liverpool were actually the result at that time was flattering Liverpool because Aston Villa they didn't deserve to be losing, but eventually they came to parity by actually ending the match 3-3. But when last did Aston Villa win any match in the last 5 games? When has they win it? So even though Aston Villa are going to actually retain the 4th place for the Champions League spot, they've been poor. So don't come and tell me how Unai Emery is a better manager than Arteta because of experience. Really? He's so experienced that the top clubs don't want him. See, we understand he's a cup manager. He's not a league manager. Even in the cups, he has been bottled out of the conference league. In recent years, how great has Unai Emery been doing in the cups? I'm not saying he's not a decent manager. Stop comparing him to a manager that is obviously playing better football, obviously competing at the upper echelon of the league. So please, I get it. You have your sentimental attachment to Emery, but come on, stay within your lane. Know your place. Know your attitude. Know your tribe. Emery and Arteta should not be in the same bracket. I don't care about the experience. I understand Arteta this is his first rodeo as a manager. He's still young, relatively inexperienced, but the quality is there. The capability is there. But is out of place if I call both of them Bottleville? Because Klopp had one time this season had 5 point lead over Manchester City and Arsenal, and now they are third place. At one point, Emery had almost 10 point lead over Spurs. Right now, it's almost 4 points, but he's so lucky he's still going to actually find a way. All he needs is a draw and the quarter of Champions League. But it's very, very close. He's very, very close. I'm not saying Emery is not a decent manager, but stop putting him on a pedestal that he doesn't belong to. And that's my gripe and that's my argument. Stop putting Emery on that pedestal he doesn't belong to. Just because you want to spike Arteta. Don't do that. And for Klopp, I'm not trying to troll Klopp. I'm not a troll. I'm just bringing awareness to the fact that for 2 seasons in a row, Arteta has usurped him, and somehow people do not want to give Arteta the plaudits and credit he deserves. And that's just a fact. This is not a fluke performance. He did it last season. He has repeated it this season. I'm not saying in terms of trophies and longevity of manager career, Arteta cannot compete at this moment, right? Come on, Klopp has been in management for how long? Arteta is barely 4 years. Klopp has been in management for how long? So let's wait for how long Arteta will be and how many trophies. But you can see the signs. You can see the signs already that Arteta is going to bring the trophies home, and it's going to be at the top at least for a significant period of time. That's just it. You might not say, but let's wait. Keep waiting. It's coming. Just like any sensible person could tell that eventually Pep will win the Champions League with Manchester City, even though they didn't win it his first 4 or 5 years, didn't win it. But you could tell it will actually eventually win, and he has won last year. So eventually, Arteta, the way he's building his team, the way he's being supported, come on. The Premier League and Champions League is coming home to us now. You might not like it, but that's just based on what the trajectory is suggesting empirically. So, Klopp and Emery, they're kind of a Bottleville of some sort in context. They're kind of a Bottleville because this season, the narrative was that Klopp is leaving, let the players do it for Klopp. I remember when they won the Carling Cup, people were saying there was a chance for them to actually do a quadruple. I was laughing because the way they were playing, they didn't they didn't suggest they could do it. See, winning multiple games with moment of brilliance is not sustainable. It's like playing a lottery. How many times can you hit the lottery? I was so confident that Liverpool couldn't win the league because we saw how many games we were winning with moment of brilliance. You don't win leagues that way. If you have more moment of brilliance and playing well, you don't win. If you play well and you have a few games with moment of brilliance, that's sustainable. But winning multiple games with moment of brilliance is not sustainable to win a league. You can do that for the Cups, but for the league, you cannot win that way. I saw it evidently with how Liverpool have just faded off like a bad fat. And for Unai Emery and Aston Villa, we know the huff and puff here and there. At the end, Unai Emery is not a league manager. He's a cup manager. But even the Cups, in the last few years, he's not actually showing the same form he showed earlier in his cup managerial career. So let's see how it's going. How do I put it? Let's see how this progresses for Unai Emery. And for Klopp, he's leaving the Premier League, so we don't know that it's going to be I don't think he's going to be back because if he's going to be back, he has to be with Liverpool. He will not betray Liverpool by coaching any other team. But let's see how his career actually progresses in any other leagues. Will it be Spain? Will it be Italy? Will it be France? We'll find out in the nearest future after his sabbatical. And for Unai Emery, I give him at most 2 years before Aston Villa find a replacement. He is not a league manager. Cups, yes. There's a reason, even though when he was flourishing in the Cups in Spain, Barcelona, Real Madrid never considered him because they can tell he's not a league manager. He's more of a cup manager. And with cups, you need a lot of luck of the draw. It's not something that is you can actually plan with. I'm not saying every cup you win is by luck, but there's an element of luck involved when it comes to cup competitions. And this is not me discrediting it. It is what it is. So let me know what you think in the comment section regarding Unai Emery and Klopp. Are they bottle views? Or am I just overstretching it? Or do you think I'm bitter? Let me know in comment. I don't think I'm bitter. I'm just calling what it is. 2 seasons in a row, Arteta has usurped Klopp, and nobody's talking about it. And for Emery, he's not that guy. He's a decent manager, but he's not that guy. That's why I'm tagging both of them bottle view. Bottle for Klopp because 2 seasons in a row, I expect this season 5 points ahead, and he still bottled it with all the experience that he has. And for Emery, uh, technically he didn't bottle it to the end, but he almost because in the last 5 games they've not had any win. And if Spurs had a decent run, they will actually usurp Emery because this was the form he showed at Arsenal that we lost out for the qualification of the Champions League, and he showed the same form, just that he has a bit of luck on his side this time around. So let me know what you think in the comment section. Like the video, very very important. Strike the like button. Subscribe, subscribe, and make sure you turn on the notification bell. Very very important too. And I will see you guys on the next one. Bye.